Hello, babies. It's the even more fabulous Dr. Mother Love coming to you live and in living color, reminiscing about Forgive or Forget. I thought it was over, but I appreciate you all for not letting me go with this. And this handsome fella right here, Shaq, that's Shaq C. He is on the internet. He's got his own YouTube channel, and he got that little innocent face. Look at him, like that. He was looking to start some trouble. He went and dug up some mother love stuff, and we running on the internet on Saturday. This is our turn. Hey, did you get my email? Did you send me the email about the girl that was on, somebody was on the show, or she was on the show or something?
No, it was somebody who wrote an article about the show.
Oh,
the guy. Yeah, I was wondering if we could have him on one time.
Sure.
Yeah, so.
Absolutely. Book him. Listen, he gonna come on with us when we do it, like right here.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
Yeah, all you can do is tell what he gonna do. Tell me, yes, mother love, I will, and no, mother love, I won't. I really won't. I'm not gonna. So how's your week been, dear?
It went by fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went by real fast, and I can't believe September's almost over.
Almost over.
It doesn't even feel like it started.
Listen, our oldest grandson's birthday was what's the day? The 21st.
Yes, it's 21st.
His birthday was yesterday, and I'm like, okay, who is this guy? There's no way he can be turned 23 years old. Happy birthday, baby! Happy
that's good.
Birthday. That's our Rashad, Jay Rashad. That's what he calls himself, Jay Rashad. He's into the theater. He's doing very well. I'm just so proud of all of them. I actually went this weekend with my husband to go pick up our oldest granddaughter from college. Who are these people? I thought I had little babies, and I would like to have my little babies back. It just goes zip. You want to see time fly? Watch a child grow. And I kid you not, I can literally see our youngest grandson. He'd be standing there. He just started running. He think my head is his arm, his elbow rest. So look, I can put my elbow on your head and say, boy, don't try it. They always try to make us think like, I tell them, I'm not short. I'm vertically challenged. As well, a lot of us are vertically challenged. In my head, I met Lisa Leslie. She played for the WNBA for the Lakers. Not the Lakers. What's their name? Whatever, the WNBA. And she had on high heel shoes this tall. And she was already tall. I asked, I said, in your stocking feet, how tall are you? She said, I'm 6'8". I said, me too. In my head, I'm 6'8". She about fell over the chair. She laughed hard. So that's what I'm saying. It's a thought process. So who are we connecting with? Who are we reminiscing about with Forgive or Forget? And thank you guys for saying what you say. People keep saying, girl, why ain't that back on TV? From your lips to God's ears. Okay. That's why we get to do it here.
That's right.
So what's on tap, sir?
All right. I have a couple of stories on one show and another story on another show. So this one, the first story we'll start with is this girl was looking for some fun with a best friend. The two of them skipped out on their parents, and she wound up in the police station.
That sounds like something I would have done. Okay.
It does. It sounds
like somebody. I got my one call. Look, I have an attorney on speed dial. That's why I tell you, I keep bail money in my shoe. You never know what's going to jump on me. What was she in the po-po for? Okay,
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Wait, can you see it? Because I don't. Can you see it?
I don't see it yet.
Oh, wait. Might have to. Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
Nonetheless.
You see it now?
It says Shaq share the screen, show on screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe this is it right here. Yeah. Okay, wait.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
You or forget it. Welcome to Forgive or Forget. And now the host of Forgive or Forget, Mother Love.
Always looking fly.
He always had a great look at all.
Hello. Welcome to Forgive or Forget, the show that gives people a chance to apologize and try to make things right. Our first guest says she was just looking for some fun when her best friend, when the two of them skipped out on their parents one night. Little did she know that they'd end up in the police station. Please welcome Sarah Smith. Hi, Sarah. Now, Sarah, it's been over 2 years since you've spoken to Jennifer. Now, before we get to what happened and how the police got involved, tell us about your past friendship with Jennifer. Now, how long were the two of you friends?
Since junior high.
Uh-huh.
We became friends in junior high, you know, not real good. And then high school, you know, was like Velcro, you know. You couldn't separate us. We were inseparable together all the time. If I wasn't at her house, she was at my house, you know.
So this is your running buddy and your friends, and you decide to tell this fantastic tale to your parents and just get up and go off to God knows where. Did your parents know where you were?
My mom thought I was at her grandma's.
And where did her folks think she was?
At my house.
So y'all had this all going. So
Yeah.
once girlfriends get the lie down straight and you got it down, what were the two of you doing that night?
We went to a friend's sister's house because they were leaving. They were going on their second honeymoon. So we had their house. We were house sitting. So it was just the three of us. You know, we were like, okay, we're going to go have some fun. And so we walked down to this place where it's called a cruise, you know, in Boise, Idaho. And it's where all the teenagers, you know, get together and mingle or whatever, you know. And we were going to go have some fun. And we met up with some girls from school. And this carload of guys came by, or truckload, and guys came by.
Wait, carload, truckload, which load was it?
It was a truck.
Okay.
And,
Truckload?
They came by and they said, well, hop in the back and we'll go get some beer. All right, let's go. And we all got in and we were like, well, this isn't such a good idea. And, you know, we were just discussing it. And we got to the beer and everything. And all the other girls were like, well, let's go.
Wait, excuse me. Time out. Didn't you tell me that you're not yet 21? No, over here with me, baby. So you're out carousing with a truckload of men drinking and you're underage. Okay.
All the other girls, you know, they were like, well, we're going to leave. This isn't fun anymore. And I wanted to stay because I was away from my mom. I wanted to go have some fun. And I said, well, no, I'm going to stay. And everybody else left. And Jennifer, the girl who's I'm trying to get to forgive me today, she said, well, come with me. And I said, no, I'm going to stay. And she goes, well, you can't stay alone. I said, well, I'm going to stay, whether you stay or not. And she said, fine, I'll stay with you, just to make sure, you know, I was okay. And we got to drinking and stuff, and then we went to a Mexican takeout joint, you know, to get some food, but it was closed. And she got out of the truck, and she said, well, I'm going to walk back, you know, because I wouldn't go with her. She goes, well, I'm going to go myself. And I said, you know, I got out and I was arguing with her. I said, well, get back in the truck and we'll have them take us back so you don't have to walk, you know, because it was like 2 a.m. And a cop drove up. And ironically, he was just coming to get a burrito. He told us afterwards, and he saw us arguing. And he came over and asked us what we were arguing about. And as he came up to us, the guys drove off. I mean, they just left us sitting there.
Okay, wait a minute. So now, was this just like a little argument, like, no, Jennifer, let's get in the truck. No, Sarah, I'm not going to. Were you all in a full-blown argument?
No, we'd been drinking, and she was crying and screaming. She's like, I'm going to go, whether you go. You know, she's really almost hysterical.
Okay.
And I was like, well, no, we'll just get in the truck, you know, and they'll take us back. And so they left, and the cop came, and I was like, well, let's tell them we're old enough. Let's tell. She said, no, let's tell them the truth. And I said, no. And he asked me first, you know, and so I lied, and she went along with it for a little bit. And then they separated us. And she told the truth and everything, and they called my mom. And see, they wouldn't have arrested us. He told us later that because I lied, they were just going to give us a ticket. But we got arrested and handcuffed and booked and fingerprinted and mugshotted.
Well, because if you were going to lie about how old you are, what else are you lying about? Where you get the booze from? What happened to the truckload of men? What you doing out this time of night?
Yeah,
These are the things. And then, you know, when girlfriends go out, I don't know about you young people, but when my girlfriends and I go out, I get pretty ticked off when she does not want to leave with me and we came together. We come together, we leave together. Now, if I drop you back off at the crib, okay, you do what you want to do. But we rolled in together, we're rolling out together. So I kind of understand your girlfriend Jennifer getting a bit hysterical with you, and you off with a truckload of men.
Well, that's why I'm here to say I'm sorry.
Well,
Calm down.
Well, no, I'm all out in there because I worry about it. Who's got questions? We have a questioner. We got questioner. See, now I'm not the only one. Excuse me, baby. Yes, what's your question? Stand up with me.
Now, how long ago was this?
About 3 years. We were
3 years and you haven't spoken to her ever since?
I tried to apologize, talk to her. And she said, my mom doesn't want me to have anything to do with you because you're a bad influence. And I haven't talked to her since then.
All right. Well, we got together with Sarah and helped her put a message on videotape for her friend Jennifer. Let's take a look at Sarah's message now as we see Jennifer watching it for the first time.
Jennifer, it's been 2.5 years since we've talked or had any communication with each other, and I've wanted to talk to you. I wanted to tell you how sorry I am for everything that happened that night. I know it was my fault, and I told everybody it wasn't. And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry we even got arrested. I'm sorry we were even there at the time. I'm sorry I lied to the police when I shouldn't have. I should have told the truth, and we would have just gotten a ticket instead of, cuffed and the whole bit. And I just want you to know that I'm sorry, and would you please forgive me?
All right, Sarah. Now, it was up to Jennifer to decide whether she wanted to come to the show today to accept your apology. If she did decide to be here, then she's standing on the other side of that door right now. Well, if she's not here, then it may be that she's still too upset that she almost got a criminal record hanging out with you, and she just really upset about what happened that night. Are you ready to go to the door and find out? You ready? Okay, go take.
Okay, what do you think happened?
Now, see, and in Jennifer's, in her defense, the fact that she hasn't spoken to her would say volumes to me. And it's been 2.5 years, and you guys, she even used the phrase, she said we were like Velcro. And the fact that it's taken her this long to apologize to her. Because a lot of times people think, they come on the show and they're going to absolutely forgive me, and they don't. And people's faces are broken at that door. I mean, and the emotion is just as raw now as it was then. And don't be holding a grudge like that. That's just too much time and energy,
Life is too short.
And when you say you're friends, then that's just it. But then you got to be able to talk about it then. Don't let that fester. Because I think with each passing day, it just gets worse and worse. And you feel like, you're digging a hole deeper and deeper. And, when you get in a hole like that, the best thing to do is stop digging. Stop digging yourself in even further. Would you be able to do it if that was your best friend?
That's my best friend. So, yeah, I probably would. But, yeah, something that would have to take time to forgive. I'll say that much.
Yeah. And see, and a lot of people, what I always wanted people to understand, and from then to and up until now and in the future, as long as I'm living, there's power in forgiveness. And the first person you have to forgive is yourself, because you're the one carrying that weight. You're the one that said, oh, well, I woulda, coulda, shoulda, didn't do it. Oh, well, I'll try tomorrow. And I'll try tomorrow. And tomorrow turns into 1 month. And then it turns into 1 year. And then you go, where'd the time go? Then it's just like, and if you forget about it, does that like negate the friendship? Or do you work to mend it? That's kind of a hard call. Especially like I said, me and my girls, let me tell you, when we rode, I picked you up. I'm dropping you off where I got you. Now, if you want to go, that's on you. One time I dropped, we were off having just a grand old time out there. We didn't have to worry about driving drunk because we had a car. And so I told listen, everybody leaving. The driver gonna drop everybody off. I'll be the last one they drop you off. That he drops off because I got the sign for the car. Okay, so we're out. It's like 9:00 in the morning. It's we like everybody in the club was getting tipped. Okay, we were really drunk, and they don't like we would toe up on the floor. We had a ball. She gets out of the limo, right? Yeah. And we see her walking toward her front door. Okay. Then before we could even get down the street, she done came off of her porch and went across the street and went into some woman's bedroom, broke
Oh
into the
no.
house. I'm like, we get out of here. I'm not even getting ready to get involved in none of that. So I know how things can go awry when you with your girlfriends. Okay. I can't believe I told y'all that. I have nothing to hide. My life is an open book. What? That's what I say. Y'all, they can't. You know why they can't blackmail black people? Because we'll tell the story ourselves.
Tell everything.
Yeah, we leave and we add the parts that y'all don't even know anything about.
Yep.
And we're like, I forgot about that part. Yeah. See, I'm like a broke refrigerator. Well, I've gotten a lot better. I take that back. I'm really good at keeping people's secrets and keeping their, because I know where the bodies are buried.
Mm.
And they're like, girl, I be done forgot about it. So that's why they tell me, because she ain't gonna remember this tomorrow. And I don't. And they'll bring it up and I go, oh yeah, right. So I ain't the one to come in. Don't ask me for no information. Okay, now let's see what happened to her.
All right.
Taking place in front of the door. All right, Sarah. Let's open the door. Oh, sweetie. I'm sorry. Come on over. Oh, baby. I'm sorry Jennifer decided not to be here today for you, but she did have something that she wanted to say to you. I'm sorry, sweetie. Let's take a look at what she had to say, okay?
Okay, Sarah, I just want to give you a few thoughts. I'm really glad that you've, got the courage to apologize to me now, and that you realize what you did was very, very wrong and hurtful. But I cannot forgive you because of all the humiliation that I had to go through that night, being handcuffed and having to get my mugshots taken. I mean, that's just something that I don't think you should have to go through if you told the truth. But I'm glad that you realized what you did was wrong, but I cannot be your friend. Too much time has passed, and I think that we should just move on, and you just need to leave me alone.
Well, what are you feeling right now, sweetie?
Hurt. I didn't want to be her friend again. I just wanted her to know that I'm sorry.
What you did. So you pick your face up off the floor. We all make mistakes and we all screw up a lot of times. You were big enough to say, I made a mistake and I'm sorry. You did the right thing because now you don't have to deal with this. You did what you were supposed to do. That's in her heart. This was in your heart. Now you got room to put other things in it. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for sharing your story with us. We'll be back right after this.
Oh, I look like my mama. Oh, Lord. She was channeling me. I look just like my mother was a good-looking woman, I would have to say. She had to be, and she wasn't. I think she was ready. I think she was ready, yay or nay, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to come on that stage, to be on national television, and to lay your heart bare like that. So I commend her for stepping up for her, and for her friend letting her know, her ex-friend letting her know, okay, what you did to me was wrong. I'm not gonna forgive you because I didn't have to go through that. And that's a lot of work. That's a lot of load to carry. So hopefully they moved on. They grew some. I hope both of them grew some, because and you learn from your mistakes. And sometimes your judgment will knock you on your buttocks and on your face. Man, it always trip me, and I always scrape my face up, and people are like, "What did you do now?" I'll never fall on my back.
Yep. Oh.
That's really something.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, it's not always flowers, kisses, and love, people. It's still that way now. And I think people nowadays have forgotten the importance of forgiving one another, forgiving yourself for the crazy things that you've done. I mean, if I sat up there every day, I wrote about it in a couple of books. Y'all could just get the book and read it. I told you everything. That's all. That's what I got. Okay, so your thoughts, Mr. Shaq.
Yeah, I do wish that she was there. Like I said, I would have forgiven her. But again, like you said on the show, you can't control what's in other people's heart. That was in her heart at that time. She didn't want to feel it. Maybe after the show she did. I hope that's the case, because I wouldn't want my heart to be that cold and that, hard, heavy hearted, that I just didn't want to talk to my best friend. I understand that she made the mistake, but that's why she was there. She admitted that she made that mistake. So at the very least, just meet her halfway. Maybe it doesn't have to be full. Just meet her halfway. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just an eternal optimist.
See, and I'm in the lane of moving on. Okay,
Yeah.
You bared your heart. She heard what you had to say. You heard what she had to say. Time to put your big girl panties on and move on and keep it moving. Keep your head up, both of you.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did. I had that gift. I still got it. Okay, who's next?
All right, here you go.
Ooh, I didn't.
Welcome back. Our next guest is, he thought of his daughters every single day since the last time he saw them 28 years ago. Please welcome Billy Walker. Billy, 28 years is an awfully long time to go without seeing your little girls. Take us back to the last time you saw them. What happened?
I went to my brother-in-law's house where my wife and my daughters were. I told her I wanted to keep the kids for overnight. She said okay, and I started off the porch, and she came out on the porch and she said, don't go any farther, you're not taking the girls off. I said okay, so I turned around and I handed her the baby, which was 2 months old, and the other one was 2.5 years old. So the next day I took off from work and I went into town and to see an attorney.
Were you and your wife divorced or separated?
We were separated.
Okay.
And so when I got back that afternoon from talking to the attorney, they had already gotten on a plane and gone to Arizona. And I haven't spoke to my daughter since, and that's been 28 years ago.
28 years ago, your ex-wife just takes your children, even though you were separated, never tried to get in touch with you. Did you ever try to contact them?
Yes, I did. I talked to their mother probably 3 times within the last 20 years. She told me that not to call out there anymore, that she was going to adopt my children out. They were going to have a different name.
Wait a minute, she was just going to adopt them out, just put them up for adoption?
I suppose.
So now what has it been like? How bad did it get for you knowing you've got 2 small children out here ripped away from you? You don't know where they are. You don't know how they're doing.
It has really been terrible. I know nothing about their health, how they've been living. Lots of times I have went up in the woods with a gun and sat down to shoot myself, thinking about my kids.
Billy!
And I would talk myself out of it.
Well, I'm glad you did talk yourself out of it, because that's no way to solve a problem. I know people want to just end the pain. You just wanted to stop the hurt. But I'm glad that you didn't do that. Now, why do you want to see them now? And why do you feel the need to apologize to them if they were taken away from you?
Well, if they think that I owe them an apology, I want to apologize. I want to be there for them, to do for them. And if they want to have anything to do with me, I don't care if they're living in Alaska, I will move there.
You're ready for that. We have a question for you. Yes, darling, stand up with me.
I think if your ex-wife is here, she owes you an apology. I don't think he needs to apologize for anything.
Well, bless you.
They should apologize to you.
For taking your children away. Yes, what you think?
What if your daughters don't want nothing to do with you? Then what are you gonna do?
I will have to accept that.
But wouldn't you try to make an effort to get on their good side?
Would I? Sure.
Now, you said something happened, Billy. What happened? You want to tell us what happened?
I'd rather not. I don't want to say any harm about my kid's mother.
And she's not here to back up anything, and I appreciate that. Well, we helped Billy put together a videotape message for his two daughters, Tammy and Tracy. Let's take a look at that message now as we see Tammy and Tracy watching it for the first time.
Tracy and Tammy, I can't believe you're seeing me after all these years. I want to apologize to you for thinking that I had abandoned you for the last 28 years, but I did not. I want to tell you that I love you very, very much, the both of you. I would like a relationship with you girls. I would like to be there when you need me. I wonder if you are okay, health-wise, financially, or whatever. Everything in the world since I found out about this is going through my head. You could not imagine. Once again, I want to apologize. I want to tell you that I love the both of you very, very much. And I want to be a real father to you. I know I cannot make up for the years gone by, but I will certainly try. I love you very much.
Billy, it's been 28 years since you saw your little girls last. And I know, here you go, baby. Here, sweet. And I know you're real eager to find out if they're behind that door. But just hang on a couple more minutes. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll find out if Tammy and Tracy are behind that door or not, ready to forgive you. We'll be back right after this.
I would tell Mother Love all kind of stuff. See, she'd just break it down. Tell me all the business. I just want to know. I mean, I couldn't even imagine that. I mean, that's your whole, virtually your whole life has been without your father. And like he said, he didn't want to badmouth their mother. You know, what was she telling her daughters, you know, for 28 years? What kind of picture was she painting for her daughters about that father?
And that's dangerous with these women who do that. They're putting in a picture that these kids don't know. They're just hearing it from one side.
And you are tending to believe who you're with because they have the greatest influence on you. Something had to happen, you know, to make her get like that, to say, no, you're never going to see these children again, you know, or you're not going to talk to them, or I'm just going to cut you out of their lives. And the fact that it took him 28 years, maybe he was just waiting for them to become adults so they could make their decision. You know, that's a hard, and like you can't make up for that kind of time. And especially if it was out of your control. If it was out of your control, that's one thing. And women, y'all know how scandalous y'all can be. Oh my goodness. I mean, I've seen some chicks break men down about their kids. You know, lie about their paternity, you know, and then when they find out what the deal is, you know, they have a hard time trusting anybody. And you don't know what kind of relationship that caused his daughters to have with men, you know, because of what was going on or what wasn't going on. You know, I would be interested to know, you know, what their mother had to say about him. I really would, because like you said, it's two sides and you're only getting to hear one side. And they were just sitting there like stoic. You know, they were like, it looked like they was like, I don't even know what to do. You know, what am I going to say to him? I don't know this man. Yeah.
And why would you?
I mean, and that could be an awful thing. I mean, and families, they'll keep it covered up for you too. You know, in 28 years, they didn't move out the country. See, I think it's a big chunk of something he's not sharing with us. Why that 28-year gap? Because I didn't see my baby when I moved out here to California. You talk about a miserable. I mean, literally, I was physically ill. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I didn't have my family with me. My son wasn't with me because I'm out here making a way for us to do this out here in California. I'm talking about sick. When his dad went to get him, I was just, I mean, I didn't even know what to do. I mean, every single day, not knowing what he's doing, hoping that they're making sure he's treated well and what have you. And I just couldn't even imagine that, that long. Y'all don't even know him. Let's see what they had to say. Wow, that's really deep.
Welcome back. We've been talking with Billy Walker, who's here today hoping to come face to face with the 2 daughters he hasn't seen in 28 years. Billy's daughters have seen the video message that he made for them, and now it's time to find out if they're standing behind the door waiting to see him. Billy, it's up to Tammy and Tracy to decide whether to be here today to see you. And if they're here and they're ready to let you be a part of their lives, they're standing behind the door right now. If they're not here, perhaps they just aren't ready for that kind of adjustment after such a long separation. Are you ready to go to the door? Okay, Billy. Go take your place in front of the door. All right, Billy. It's been 28 years. Let's open the door. Come on over, you guys. Hi. Welcome.
Hi.
Have a seat. Have a seat, Billy. Why don't you sit in between them? Now, what do you have to say to your father? What do you want to say to them?
I have a lot to say. First of all, I'm a mother now myself, and I just can't understand why someone who's a father who could go 28 years without a card, a letter, anything. I mean, my kids would not go a day without hearing from me. I don't understand what could have happened in this world to make you not, some kind of contact, something.
Well, your mom told me the last time I talked to her that she was going to have you kids adopted. And then I tried a couple more times. I called your Uncle Fred. I talked to him. He informed me that he didn't know anything about you girls at all.
What bothers us the most, well, me, is on there you said you loved us, but you don't even know us. And to me, that's an intimate word.
I think about you guys every day. Every day.
Tammy, and like you said, you're somebody's mother. That love is unconditional no matter what. Even if he doesn't know you, that's still your father. What's your question,
Tammy, I have a comment. It's not a question, it's a comment. The anger that you have as far as your father not being in your life, that's not his fault. Your mother brought all of those problems that you gave her onto herself when she up and left. You have to settle that with your mother.
It's making us look like we're the bad guy here. We're not saying that Billy's the bad guy. But we came here because we wanted to hear his side of the story. We came here because we did want to meet him.
I've always wanted to meet him.
We're not saying that we don't want to be part of his life, but we want to know what is the motive behind this all of a sudden. And it's not anything negative. I mean, it's I think we would be remiss in just coming in and saying, okay,
opening up your arms and you don't even know this man. I would think something was wrong with you.
I mean, I would too. So,
but can we tell Billy? Do you want to tell them why you wanted to do it and why you wanted to do it now and why this was so important to you to do it at this time in your life?
Well, I really, no.
You don't want to tell them why? You don't think that would help them to start filling some of the gaps if they really knew why you picked now?
We have, yes. Hi. I can't imagine that their mother just left
up and left for no reason and told you that you could never see, and she was going to adopt the kids out. I mean, I feel sorry for you, yes, and I know exactly how you girls feel, because my biological father never made any attempts to find me, and I found him. But I was lucky enough to have somebody that my mother married when I was very little that took care of me, and it's like he's my father. When you say sperm donor, that's what I called my biological father my whole life. I just can't imagine that their mother left, and the court system would help you. If you wanted to see them, all you needed to do, if you're their biological father, was go through the court system, pay some child support, and then you could have been in their life. If you
But
really
you know,
wanted to.
that's true. But you know, you got to understand what you all have got to understand is, 28 years ago, we didn't have ready access to the information that we have now. 28 years ago, it was not acceptable for this to happen. 28 years is their lifetime. I absolutely understand how you must be feeling, not knowing where he was. And I hope you do tell them why this was so urgent for you to find out and find them now. I thank you all for coming to share our story with us. We have a counselor that is waiting backstage. If you want to talk, if you just want to get some more out, please know that we are here. We care about what happens to you. And would you just stay in touch with us to just let us know how you're doing? Please. I am glad that we were able to bring the three of you together after 28 years. Thank you so much for sharing this story with us. We'll be right back after this.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
You could not imagine.
And I was looking at them when they were coming out of the door, and they were just like, they were happy, but they were like, they had that on their mind. So I think that they were just looking up at the sky and looking. So yeah, I really hope. I don't know. I hope they really got closer when they, talked to your counselor and after the show.
It seems like, and he was holding something really, really deep in. He didn't want to tell his daughters, what the truth was. Why that to me, that's him like throwing salt on the wound. Because why wouldn't you tell them? You went 28 years and you decided to come on national television, and you still don't believe that they deserve to hear the truth. At least part of the truth. Tell us part of the story. Fill in some of those gaps for them. Because there is nothing like not knowing. And when you can't make an informed decision because you don't have all the information, that's that whole trust factor. You don't know what to do. Because you don't know how they feel. And that was something really, really deep. It had me a little weepy too. Well, yeah. I'm the waterhead mother. I get it. And it's hard to, keep the even, this is like their lifetime.
Yes.
The one baby was 2 months old, another was 2.5. They don't know anything.
No.
Except what they would tell, what the mother would tell them, or whoever she was around would tell them. Maybe she didn't tell them anything. She could have been, like one of those mothers that, they used to tell us that they was on vacation. I'm like, they're on vacation. Yeah, they're on vacation. They're going to have to be on vacation from 3 to 7 years. I'm like, what kind of? And I didn't understand, the vacation. They was going to prison. And they were just, trying not to hurt the children. Maybe she didn't want to tell them because it might have been too painful for her. And I saw the one young lady, she was really broke up about it, his daughter on the had on the burgundy dress. She's really broke up about it. I don't know. I don't know. I would love to be able to, when Luther Vandross came out with the song Dance with My Father, man, that one took me in. I was 7 years old when he left the planet. And I remember him putting us girls on the top. We could stand on his feet, on the top of his feet, and he would teach us how to, slow dance and how to follow the lead, And my dad was a big guy, and you could not hear him walk into the room. That's why I understand why they call it soft shoe, because you couldn't even hear him. That's kind of spooky too, because he could like roll up on you, And to not be, death is one thing, but to be away from your kids and your kids are there and they know you in 28 years, and you don't get to tell them why you wanted them to come. You know, well, if anybody could get to him, I had great comfort and I had a great foundation with our therapist that was on the show, Polly. She was, I would, can you come in here? I need some counseling. She would say, you know what, you just crazy, mother love. She just told me straight, you just crazy. And that's good for you, because that way I've never taken life serious. I mean, why? We ain't coming out of it alive, and life is too short to be carrying such a heavy burden. It really is. Okay, we got any more stories? Because that one is I'm kind of broke up.
Yeah, yeah, we got one more story. Oh, you gotta hit the thing again, because I think.
Gotta hit the. I can hit the thing.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hit the thing. Oh, wait a minute, that's the wrong button. Duh.
All right, there we go.
My name is Charmaine Wren. My husband started cheating on me just 3 days after our wedding. I've had it. I'm here to give him an ultimatum. Either he stops being unfaithful or our marriage is over.
Oh, Charmaine. Well, how did you discover your husband's infidelity?
Well, Mother Love, first of all, he called another woman from our wedding reception and told him that he was not married. So, 3 days later, he went by there and they slept together. I did not believe her because she called me at my home and told me this is the mother of his child, and told me that the number was still on the caller ID. So I went by there and there it was, the number from our reception hall.
He called somebody from the wedding?
She beeped him. He wore his beeper to the wedding. His best man, who was with him when he went over there the third day after, held the beeper and told him immediately after. As soon as he got to the hall, he called her. Told her, nope, I'm not married.
At the wedding?
At the wedding reception.
And you still with him after that? See, Charmaine, I'm your girlfriend, and I'm trying to, come on.
That's not all. Every year before our anniversary, he cheats. The first year he slept with somebody I went to high school with. Mind you, we are not from the same city. We are like 30 minutes apart. Then, after that, the next year, he messed around with a coworker. She tried to quit. He said, I really like you, don't leave. They messed around. He spent $300 of our rent money on her, buying her these expensive tennis shoes, when the week before that, he told me they was too expensive and for me to pick another pair. Then,
wait, there's more, Mother Love.
Our wedding anniversary is tomorrow. 4 weeks ago, his ex-girlfriend from high school paged him. I had his pager. I called her back. She said, may I speak to Chris? I'm like, who is this? She said, who is this? I said, this is his wife. She said, his what? I said, his wife. She said, his who? I said, his wife. She told me her name, and I knew instantly that was his ex-high school sweetheart that he had told me about long ago. He gave her a class ring that I bought him to hold as collateral.
Wait a minute, you bought his class ring?
I bought it for him because he didn't have a diploma when we got married. After we got married, he got his GED, so that was my congratulations, I'm glad you finally did it gift. He gave it to her to hold as collateral for a $15 CD and a $20 phone charger. And she wanted her stuff back, so we went over there together. She was not home. Her 400-pound mother came to the door eating bacon. I was like, if this is any indication of what she looks like, you have very low standards for your others. And everybody keeps saying, you got to be taking this lightly. I am not taking this lightly.
Because I'm so glad you said something, girl, because out of my mouth was like, this doesn't seem to bother you.
We went to counseling. We went to counseling, but we went to counseling with a male pastor, and he was male chauvinistic and told me regardless to what he did, the man is the head of the household, and right. Told me that I need to forgive him and this, that, and the other.
First of all, can I just give you a little tidbit of mother love advice?
Yeah.
Crush that pager. We have a few questions for you, darling. Yes.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
All right. Number one, when you said you married, the man had cheated on you at your wedding, why didn't you just, you got 30-day grace period. Why didn't you just get rid of him then?
I didn't know there was a 30-day grace.
You know what? That's easier said than done because when you marry somebody, you marry them till death do you part. 3 days later, you think, okay, this is my first. This is my first bout. We can work this out. It's not gonna be that bad. We can go to counseling. We can just 3 days later. Mind you, nobody in my family, I've never seen unstableness. My parents been married for 20 years. Everybody has been married in my family for over 18 years, not one single divorce.
So
okay,
you
so
were gonna
that was my plan. That was my intention.
And that's great. Charmaine, it says, cleaving only unto her. This is cleaving. Can I practice with you? This is cleaving. Cleaving only unto him, touching only him. Did he not pay attention to that part of the marriage vows? Fidelity has a great deal to do with the sanctity of a marriage. That's what you get married for, because you say, I am making the commitment that you will be my only mate.
My husband was a male dancer before we got married. He stopped male dancing not because I asked him to, because he continued at first, but then like 3 months later he was like, I gotta stop male dancing because it's not gonna do nothing but make things worse. So he stopped. Since then he's like climbed the ladder and jobs and everything, but I don't know if he misses that attention. I don't know if it's because he doesn't have a stable figure in his family. I don't know what it is, but
he's still dancing. It just might not be in that club,
okay.
though. Yeah. Oh, here's my cleaver. Yes.
You said that you haven't taken this lightly, but you're still with him. You let him get away with all of it. You're sitting up there and like smiling and laughing about it.
No, I haven't let him get away with anything.
Okay, that could be nervous, but
I haven't let him get away with anything.
But you're still with him, so you did in a way.
I'm with him. That's why I'm here, to give him an ultimatum, because I'm not taking no more regardless. The thing is, when you let someone do something to you and you give them a chance to explain, you give yourself that opportunity to say, well, maybe, but I'm not going to give him another chance to explain. I don't want to hear the garbage no more.
Okay, good.
Because you have given him, I mean, you gave him not just an inch, you gave him an entire football field.
The last time he told me, I did it because you kept saying you was going to leave. I said, oh, so you wasn't going to try to better yourself to better our relationship. You just was going to get a replacement, huh? He said, nah, I ain't sleep with her. I just went over there, which is what she said. He does not think that is cheating. He believes as long as I ain't sleeping with her, I ain't cheating.
Ooh, girl, well, we sat down with Charmaine and helped her prepare a videotaped message for her husband, Christopher. Let's take a look at that message as we see him watching it for the first time.
Christopher, you owe me a major apology. You cheated on me 3 days after our wedding. I later found out that you even called another woman from our wedding reception. That was pretty low. During the last 3 years of our marriage, you have dated other women and continuously lied to my face about it. You even went as far as to buy another woman gifts with our rent money. Well, Christopher, I have had it. I'm not only demanding that you apologize to me, but I want you to promise that you will never cheat on me again. Because if you do, our marriage will be over.
Ooh, Charmaine, I know how important your husband's apology is to you, but it was up to him to decide if he wanted to be here today to give it to you. If he's ready to apologize, he's behind that door. What we're going to do is take a break for a minute, and when we come back, we'll find out if he's here. We'll be right back.
See, that was one of them kind of shows where because I had to wear an IFB so I could hear the producers in the control room, and they kept saying, please don't let her run down there because somebody gonna get slapped. I'm like, I'm not a violent person. I just was gonna try to slap some sense into her. I'm like, really? First of all, he's a stripper. That's what they do. They get paid to wear body oil on them, do one of their puff daddy. That's a whole other conversation with the body oil and everything. Listen, I was always impressed with them because I don't know what had happened. I was always impressed with them. I can't see you. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. I don't know. The stage went dark. Okay, but anyway, I'm like, I mean, what do you expect? I don't even understand how women, and I've seen this up close and personal, got looking all fine. All the chicks is loving him. You know, he a playboy. You know he a playboy. That's how he played you. And he done played you so tough that he got you going, and you think you're going to fix him. You're going to change his playboy ways. You're going to calm him down. You're going to make sure that he stays on the right path with you because you're going to be there. Really? Really? Now, how many times they got to tell you that, and you got to see this, and you knew he was like this before you married? Them vows are some deep vows, you know. And I had to think about that for a long time. I was like, okay, wait, that mean like forever and like for never, ever, ever, for like no, never, no, him and you. If it's him and her, or you and him, whatever. That's the only one, and that everybody ain't cut out to be married. And,
No.
you know, they're not. And a lot of people don't take it serious. He didn't take it serious, and neither did she. Shut up, mother love. That's the bad mother love on this side. Tell her to be quiet. And you knew. I mean, that took some cojones to take your husband over another woman's house. And you confront her because he gave her the class ring you bought for him after he got his GED. I ain't saying nothing about him. I'm glad he finished it, you know, at the very least get that. Very least, you know, and then you can go on and, you know, and build up from that. But he just building up clientele. It seems like you just standing there and, oh, well, he gonna come. I'm a fixer. I'm gonna make him love me. This gonna be his ultimatum. No, oh, shut up, mother love. Okay. Because you know I'm already ticked off.
I know.
Really?
Yep.
You think that little of yourself, and the only way he can do that and he keeps getting away with it is because she allows it.
Yes.
She allowed it. You knew who he was when he stepped up, and you stepped up, and I'm gonna fix him. You can't. I ain't trying to raise no.
I'm the one. I'm the only one.
I'm the only one could fix you. Okay, well maybe Sally over here, she could fix you a little bit, and you can have Alice over there. It's like that. I don't know if you heard this. I don't know if it's a joke or what. But the lady goes, she's telling people about this wonderful man. She got a man that can fix stuff, he's good with his hands, he got a good job, he knows what to do, and he takes such good care of me, and all four of them, I just don't want them to meet each other. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I kind of got that. You don't want them to meet each other. Have them you got to come to the table whole. And she seemed like she came to the table wanting to fill a hole or thinking that he had a hole that he needed to fill. He's probably all right there to shake hands. You just said that. That's why I call him shake. I tell him, shake for me, baby. Shake. Because I'm going to get riled up and then I'm busting through the door. Great foreplay. Okay, shut up. Don't touch the door. Okay.
All right.
We're back, and we've been talking with Charmaine Wren, who has been totally devastated by her husband's infidelity. She says he started cheating on her just 3 days after their wedding. Charmaine feels she's tolerated her husband's behavior for far too long, and she's demanding both an apology and a promise from him that he will never be unfaithful to her again. Charmaine, are you prepared to find out if he's here? Yeah? Okay. You want to go take your place in front of the door? Okay, Charmaine, let's open the door.
Oh, play it on the
There will be no booing. It's my show and I'm running things, that's why. Charmaine, tell him what you want to tell him.
I'm tired of you cheating on me, and I'm tired of you lying to me, and I want you to apologize to me today and mean it, and never lie to me or cheat on me again, or it is over.
Okay. I'm sorry, baby. I really wasn't ready for us to get married. You gave me the ultimatum that time. I was only 20 years old. I had just started growing up. So if I was given an ultimatum, I didn't want to lose you, so I agreed to marry you. But along with that, we should have at least have thought about getting some counseling. I mean, I was still in single mode while we was thinking about getting married. And I do apologize about that. I mean, you know, I was in a 20-year-old mind state, but now I'm ready. I'm 23 and I love you. And I don't want to lose you.
I got shades over there.
Do you believe him? Okay, with the rumbling, I got to watch this audience. Do you believe what he says?
Yeah, I believe him. Because,
okay, listen.
No, because I know where my husband have come from. You do not know. You just know him for a few minutes. You do not know where he has come from. Okay, I know where he has come from, and I can tell when he was cheating. I can tell when he was lying. So I ought to be able to tell when he's telling the truth.
That's wifing talking. Yes. Stand up.
I want to know how long were they married?
They've been married 3 years.
3 years.
Are you paying attention to
and what happened 4 weeks ago?
What happened 4 weeks ago?
He was 20 then, but he just cheated on her 4 weeks ago.
No,
he did not cheat.
No, she said 4 weeks ago.
He went by an ex-girlfriend's house.
And that's okay?
No, it's not okay. And I explained to him that any friend of his that's a female should be a friend of mine. We went over there together. So that is all taken care of. But he now knows no female friend should just be your friend. She should be my friend too.
Absolutely. Yes. Step over. I won't bite you. Okay.
I gotta say that if you think that he's not gonna cheat anymore because he's on national television saying that he's not, I mean, he's gonna keep cheating because you tolerated it for so long.
She might tolerate it. I won't.
No, I got something to say to that.
Okay, go ahead. What do you have to say?
I got something to say. I mean, it's all right. I mean, everybody's, like I said, everybody's got their own opinions or however they feel, but there isn't anybody that's in this audience that can cast any stones at me. I'm here for her. I'm not here for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm for her. So I will never see y'all again.
You'll see me.
you different.
You know I will come over your house if you lying to her.
You different.
Yeah.
I want to know what he has.
Okay.
I want to know what he has that's worth the hurt and the lies and the humiliation.
It's not about what he has. When I speak something, I speak the truth. When I say till death do us part, I try to my best to my ability to make sure that stands. When you make a commitment in front of God, you don't play with it. And I didn't play with it.
Well, and you know what? I don't think any of us are questioning your commitment under any circumstances because you have been a devoted, committed wife. But what we didn't understand before Christopher came out here, first of all, we didn't know if he was coming. Second of all, what we didn't know is that you were so young when you got married. And in those 3 years, I think you have grown up a lot because, and I do think that you see the seriousness of your commitment. You said at the time you wasn't ready and you were willing to do whatever it was going to take to keep her because you obviously knew and you know today that you have a good person in your life who is loyal and devoted and dedicated to Christopher. Forget about all the rest of us. Forget about Mother Love coming over your house. Forget about all of this. She is devoted to you and you have grown up, and I hope that you are devoted to her. And you understand what the sanctity of marriage really means. Do you?
I do now.
You do now.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a lot of growing up. And sometimes it takes changes to build a strong love. And it's just like he says, he won't see any of us. These two will have to go home and they will have to deal with their relationship together. I just got one quick question. Did you grow up with your father? Did your mother and father stay married?
No. So they didn't say married. I mean,
is this like your first real committed relationship?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that I ever had that was tangible, that was real. I mean, she brought me from a long way. I mean, from where I came from to where I am now. I mean, you know.
You're a different man.
Totally different. I mean.
I think you're gonna be all right. I think the two of you understand now the commitment of marriage, and I wish you both the best of luck. And you know what, I tell you, your brother after my own heart. You came out with the flowers and you look real nice, and if you mess up, we will be there. Make no mistake. Thank you for sharing your story. We'll be right back.
I have to say this, not hair, makeup, and wardrobe people. They kept us fly. I even had my one of the people on the staff, Claudia. I love her. Claudia, she was in charge of the jury. And I could walk out and people say, well, we don't care what she talking about. Is that a real necklace she got on? Is them real diamonds? I'm like, yes, I was dangling everywhere. I just absolutely. How come you don't look in the mirror before you go on stage? Because I'm like, that's not my job. What do I need to be looking at my hair and my makeup and my wardrobe for? That's y'all. That's what y'all got to do. And you have to trust them like that. That was the first time I actually had somebody fired. Because they weren't doing their job. And they thought, oh, she just going to be cool. I don't have to do this, that, and third. I'm like, oh, no, you got to go. You got to go. I'll give you a fair chance. And trust me, I do believe in nepotism. So when we get back in the studio, you'll be in the studio with me, Shaq. I'm just saying. We'll all be in the studio together. Oh, my goodness. I ain't believe nothing he said.
No.
And what's she doing fooling around with that boy anyway, trying to raise somebody else's child?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what he has on her. Maybe it's something that you can't say.
Bam.
You said it, I didn't. So you said that.
See? Oh my God! What are you doing with a 20-year-old child?
No, that is a baby.
He's 20,
and he looked like a baby. He looked younger than that. He was 20.
He was 20 years old. He's 23. Really?
Yeah, he looked like he's 17.
I thought it was me. I was like, she might be Esther the child molester. He looked like a baby. I mean, what's she going with? And see, that's the one thing they used to tell us all the time. Young women need to be with young men. Old men need to be with old women. When you're switching them up, somebody gonna wreak havoc. And I used to like, I still do, like old men. I ain't like older men. I like old men. In retirement, I ain't got to be worried about where you going. You getting your pension. Oh, but then I met my husband. Those are all of my BK days. I did have a life before Kennedy. I really did. And see, that stuff could get real. I can't believe it. This went by so fast again. It is always wonderful. Tell people how they can watch your YouTube channel.
I'm at Shaq C on YouTube. You can watch Forgive and Forget episodes as to your heart's content.
And it's wonderful. And remember this, babies, no matter how big or tall, short or small, thick or thin, it matters not what skin you're in, everybody could use some mother love now and then.